I'm Connor Durkin, and coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you about the historical tradition of the passing of their rifle, as well as the new student who is taking over the role as Mountaineer.
Morgantown rallied around WVU women's basketball this season, and now the community is giving back. I'm Corey Moore, and straight ahead, I'll show how new NIL partnerships are helping fund the team's future.
Fees usually go towards classes and books. I'm Bryce Cohen, and I'll explain the fee that powers WVU sports and why some students are against it. Mountaineer Playbook starts now. The Mountaineer Rifle Team made a trip to Washington, D.C. to celebrate their 21st national title. I'm Bryce Cohen.
And I'm Corey Moore. Even though they don't play in the same conference, WVU and Marshall understand how important it is to keep the in-state rivalry going.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, an Emmy-award-winning sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
College athletics come with a price tag, Bryce, and now students are helping pick up the tab.
Corey, in the fall of 2025, WVU implemented a mandatory fee that costs $250 annually for every student on the Morgantown campus, but some students aren't sold on what they're getting in return.
WVU sports need revenue to run. In August of 2025, the Mountaineer Athletics Advantage fee was introduced to help fund the athletic department, adding a new bill to each student's tuition. WVU students on the Morgantown campus now pay $125 per fall and spring semester solely to invest in Mountaineer sports.
Being able to introduce a fee that helps fund our athletics department, making it competitive and vibrant, brings a direct benefit to the students who see the Mountaineer athletic experience as part of their total Mountaineer experience here in Morgantown.
The Board of Governors approved the fee in June 2025. To help offset more than $20 million in new costs to compensate student athletes as a result of the House versus NCAA settlement.
While the $125 fee is charged to each student each semester, it does not guarantee tickets to football or men's basketball games. Despite that, students are unable to opt out.
A mandatory fee like this isn't uncommon for a Division I school like WVU, but not every student is a sports fan, nor attends events outside of football games.
I was very lucky with the Pitt game, but I know that a lot of people lost out on those tickets, and at the end of the day, they paid that fee. They were not guaranteed tickets, and so it's what is your money really going towards?
University officials say students benefit from nationally relevant sports teams, regardless of fan involvement.
So for a student, for example, being affiliated with and having a degree from a university that is in the national spotlight, for example, because of the athletics program, is one additional way that you bring value to the reputation of the university and value to that degree and their affiliation with it.
12 of the 16 schools in the Big 12 utilize student fees to fund their athletic departments. And now, WVU positions itself to compete with more resources.
For the first time in program history, WVU women's basketball can offer compensation to student athletes during recruiting season. Between postseason success and innovative partnerships through the athletic department, the home of the 2026 Big 12 champions has become an appealing destination in this evolving landscape. College transfers and high school prospects alike are traveling to Morgantown. Following the program's success as NCAA tournament hosts last month, head coach Mark Kellogg expects his visitors to see WVU's immediate appeal.
Should be a selling point. Like, we were playing in front of 13,000 people here the last couple nights. I think there would be a lot of kids that would want to come join this.
Roughly a month into the offseason, several athletes have agreed, filling the spots of the 5 graduating seniors from Kellogg's Big 12 champion squad. But in the era of NIL compensation, competing programs have more firepower than ever before. In April's 15-day portal entry window, West Virginia lost 4 of its 6 available returners. But thanks to the House versus NCAA settlement in June, WVU Athletics can use all of its resources to land recruits through its newly established Golden Blue Enterprises. The in-house agency allows all WVU programs to streamline athletes' financial experience. In doing so, WVU Athletics builds additional relationships to encourage retention.
I think a big piece is staying in contact with the student athletes throughout the year. You know, it's not let's wait till the portal comes open and then have the discussion. It's, how are they doing during the season? What are the needs? What's the thoughts for next year? And staying one step ahead of it.
Financially, the university had a $20.5 million cap last year to divide across its 18 programs. Golden Blue Enterprises also oversees above the cap NIL deals, provided primarily by community businesses and alumni donors, despite their third-party status. As for WVU women's basketball, NIL funding has risen in tandem with Kellogg's improved win-loss records. With all hands on deck across Morgantown, recruiting classes should see similar growth.
The 2026 WNBA draft has come and gone, and a new Mountaineer is joining the pro ranks as Jordan Harrison has signed a training camp contract with the Portland Fire. After following Mark Kellogg to Morgantown in 2023, Harrison wrapped up her time as a Mountaineer with 499 career assists and 277 career steals, good for 6th and 7th in program history. As a senior, she averaged a career-high 13.9 points, 5.2 assists, and 3.1 steals per game. Harrison, the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, led WVU to a conference title and number 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. Portland, one of 2 new WNBA expansion teams, will play its first game in franchise history on May 9th against the Chicago Sky.
Fresh off a national title, the West Virginia University Rifle Team continued its celebration outside of the Mountain State, Bryce.
After winning its 2nd straight NCAA championship last month, Corey, the Mountaineers visited Washington, D.C.
On April 21st, they represented West Virginia on NCAA Champions Day. It marked the 3rd time in history a Mountaineer athletic program visited the White House. The rifle team also earned an invite in 2014 and 2017. Head coach John Hammond called it a rare opportunity and one his program doesn't take for granted. WVU leads the country with 21 rifle national championships.
The in-state rivalry between WVU and Marshall has long been a point of pride across the state.
But over the last decade, Bryce, it hasn't had the same intensity, leaving some fans feeling like the rivalry has faded.
It's not gone entirely, though, as the Mountaineers and Thundering Herd face off multiple times per year across a handful of sports.
Our Charlie Steensma has a closer look at how one team is keeping the Mountain State competition alive.
The WVU and Marshall baseball teams have met for a series in 12 of the last 13 seasons, and Steve Sabins has been in a Mountaineer uniform for nearly all of them.
It means a lot to the state. It means a lot to the people of the state. It means a lot to this university. So our message is always like, we're playing for the state, we're playing for the university, we're playing for our families.
The fans of the 2 programs also know the importance of an in-state rivalry. But here in Morgantown, it's viewed a little differently.
You know, Marshall's always been our little brother. They'll always be our little brother. You know, it's good to have him out here, bring him out. Every big brother needs to look after the little brother.
However, most Herd fans don't share the same sentiment.
They don't like him. They don't like him. It's pure hate.
The teams struggle to get on each other's schedules in other varsity sports, largely because of conference rules.
Football is both schools' highest revenue-earning sport, but the 2 teams haven't faced off since 2012. Since then, the rivalry has stayed alive, with men's soccer having 10 heated matchups, as well as baseball facing off 28 times.
These matchups have led to some thrilling finishes and even Sun Belt Conference championships on the pitch. Even though the idea of the Friends of Coldwell returning looks dim.
Gibby is a great friend of mine, was a great staff member, and we're still very dear friends. But I don't even think, you think I have spent 1 second thinking about Marshall, you're wrong.
The Mountain State rivalry still holds value to fans of both schools across the state. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Charlie Steensma.
West Virginia University is known for many long-standing traditions, Corey, including one that started back in 1927.
The Mountaineer mascot is a symbol of the state, Bryce, not just because of the iconic buckskins, but because of the responsibility that comes with them.
Our sports culture reporter Connor Durkin joins us live in the studio with a look at what's to come for WVU's 72nd mascot. Connor?
Thanks, Bryce. Corey, while the Mountaineer has represented the university and state for nearly a century, it wasn't until the late 90s that a ceremony symbolizing the official transition of duties was created. Now, every spring, the community gathers together to watch the start of a new chapter. The passing of the rifle ceremony, a beloved tradition developed 27 years ago, takes place every year on the eve of the spring football game. On April 17th, mascots from different decades gathered in the Gluck Theater to celebrate a new Mountaineer joining their ranks, including Timmy Eads.
Back in 1915, WVU made the decision to change its name from the Snakes, whoever thought that was a good idea, to the Mountaineers.
The 66 mascot.
Whenever I received the rifle back in spring of 2019, this event used to be at the Alumni Center. And it definitely wasn't as big as it is now. So it's great to see, a lot of folks who maybe aren't familiar with the process, come out and get to see firsthand the transition.
The Mountaineer is chosen annually by a selection committee that includes students, faculty, and staff from across the university. They chose senior Reese Allen as the 72nd Mountaineer. There are many factors that come into play during the mascot selection process, such as community service or interviews. However, here at WVU, these two things can matter. Reese Allen hasn't shaved his beard since freshman year, all in hopes of being rewarded with the coveted position of the Mountaineer. Allen had a long first weekend of events in front of him, starting with the Spring Festival, as well as a full weekend of baseball games, where he broke in his brand new rifle for the first time.
It's a chance for me to go connect with people, meet them for the first time, and then keep seeing them game to game, week to week. And I just can't wait. I'm happy to be among my people.
Allen will now represent WVU at sporting events and out in the community for the 2026-27 academic year. There is also a special ceremony held every 5 years on Homecoming Week to celebrate Mountaineers of generations past. The first ever mascot reunion was held in October of 1992 as a way for those who served in the coveted position to reconnect on campus. The next mascot reunion is set for the fall of 2027.
Thanks, Connor. Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, we'll take a look at how the transfer portal is changing expectations for college athletics.
This story and more after the break.
The rosters aren't the only thing that's changing. I'm Chelsea Mariani, and straight ahead on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll show you how the transfer portal is giving spring football a new purpose.
It's a family reunion on the WVU football staff. I'm Corn Roby, and after the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll show you how it's all a part of the process again.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets,
let's go!
Mountaineer Playbook brings you the action and adventure of West Virginia sports like no one else. From epic climbs to thrilling touchdowns, we capture it all, right from the heart of West Virginia University.
Yeah, this is tight. Rachel.
An Emmy-nominated show produced by students in the Reed School of Journalism and Communications, covering what moves you. Catch us on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed School of Media's website.
Jonathan, Rachel, back to you.
Stay inspired. Stay adventurous. Watch Mountaineer Playbook.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. WVU football is getting a familiar feel this season as one family continues to grow deeper roots in Morgantown.
The Trickets are back together inside the program, working side by side in new roles and bringing a unique dynamic to the program.
Quinn Roby joins us live in the studio for his segment of Coach's Corner with more on how this bond is shaping West Virginia football. Quinn.
Thanks, Corey. Bryce. The connection between the Trickett family and Mountaineer football dates back to the early 2000s. After a few additions, the 2026 season will now feature a trio of Tricketts on the staff, bringing a rare blend of experience, familiarity, and trust to the sidelines.
WVU football is built on tradition, and for the Trickett family, that tradition runs deep. Now, that name returns to Morgantown in a big way, with 3 members of the family all playing a role within the program. Offensive analyst Travis Trickett says getting the chance to learn from his father is something he's wanted for years.
I wish I could go back and relive it and take more out of it than what I did. And so this is my at-bat to do that.
Rick Trickett is back in his 3rd stint as WVU's offensive line coach, bringing more than 50 years of experience and a history of developing NFL talent. Now, a new chapter unfolds in Morgantown.
At WVU, this playbook isn't just for plays, it's part of the process. Rick Trickett is back on the sideline with his son Travis, and now with his son Chance as the family tradition continues.
Clint Trickett, WVU's quarterback in 2013, coached with his father last season at Jack State. This season, it's Rick and his other 2 sons working together for a D1 program.
Well, that's not everything it's all cracked up to be. They had to separate me and Clint about 3 or 4 times last year and stuff. So, but Trav's a little different personality, but it's fun. It's not bad. I enjoy it.
On the field, it's business until the family part takes over.
In front of the players, in front of the staff, Coach Trickett, and then, but it's that dad slips out. I can't. I mean, it is what it is.
From the sideline to the front office, the Trickett family continues to leave its mark on West Virginia football, this time all together.
Rick Trickett and head coach Rich Rodriguez have worked together a total of 9 seasons, including 2 stints here at WVU. Back in 2003, Travis first worked under Rodriguez as a student assistant in Morgantown. Now, he's referred to as Rodriguez's right-hand man on offense.
Thanks, Quinn. Over the past few years, there have been a trend among college football programs moving away from the traditional spring football games due to the transfer portal.
Bryce, starting this year, the NCAA eliminated the April transfer window for football, leading to more teams embracing fan-friendly formats while still prioritizing roster continuity.
Our football reporter Chelsea Mariani joins us live in studio with a closer look at how WVU handled the end to this year's spring season. Chelsea?
Thanks, Bryce. Corey, according to ESPN, more than 20 Power 4 programs canceled or significantly modified their spring football game format in 2025. This year, WVU made a few more adjustments to its annual event, now known as the Gold Blue Spring Festival, keeping an interactive fan experience as the focus. College football's off-season is not what it used to be. With the NCAA transfer portal causing continuous roster turnover, spring football formats are changing. At West Virginia, the traditional gold and blue spring scrimmage is no longer just a game. It's a full-on festival. With more than 100 new players joining Rich Rodriguez's roster, he's now forced to balance development with protection.
I like where our roster's at, but we got a lot of new guys, of course. The experience part of it, we've got to try to, in the 15 practices, and I told the staff, what we've got to try to do is somehow get these guys experience between, the first practice to the last practice.
This shift is why many programs, including WVU, are moving away from full contact spring games, leading to the 2026 Gold and Blue Festival, featuring fan experiences, skill sessions, and a post-game concert. While the action on the field may be more limited, the experience around it is bigger than ever. Events like the Spring Festival are giving fans more access, while programs adjust to the reality of constant roster change. For fans, the change is noticeable, but it's the experience that keeps them coming back.
I think that it's actually pretty cool for the fans. I know it's a little bit different to not see the athletes fully competing, but I think it's a cool look to get a sneak peek while also getting a little breath of fresh air.
As the transfer portal continues to reshape college football, programs like West Virginia are proving adaptation is key. Because in today's game, it's not just about building a team, it's about keeping one. A crowd of 18,475 fans attended the Gold Blue Spring Festival, according to the program. After a team scrimmage lasting nearly an hour, Rodriguez went into the stands and allowed fans to pick a 2-point conversion call, and only one of them was successful. The 2026 season kicks off on September 5th against Coastal Carolina.
Thanks, Chelsea. The portal isn't just changing things on the gridiron. Many WVU sports are feeling the impact, Bryce, including baseball.
Instead of developing talent over time, Corey, programs have the ability to bring in experienced players to fill immediate needs.
Our Logan Powell has the story on WVU baseball's approach to this new era.
The college sports world changed forever on July 1st, 2021. Name, image, and likeness gave athletes new earning power, while new transfer rules accelerated roster movement. For West Virginia baseball, those changes have reshaped the program.
Now, if you want to build great teams, you find experience, you find what you need, immediate needs, whether it's left-handed, right-handed, power, speed, and you're able to be a little bit more precise and miss less when you're evaluating 21-year-olds.
This is the approach Steve Sabins has taken since he was elevated to head coach in 2024. This season, his program has added 13 transfers, with 8 being upperclassmen. That experience is crucial after the 2025 roster departures.
More than 6,000 baseball players entered the transfer portal across all levels ahead of the 2026 season. Here in Morgantown, WVU lost 13 players, including 7 pitchers from the 2025 roster, leading to the coaching staff to dive into the Division II ranks to replenish the starting rotation.
WVU nabbed 6 pitchers from the portal. Half of them came from the D2 ranks, including Chanson Cole, current team leader in wins.
Obviously wanted to come and help the team in any way that I could, and I'm just happy to have a role to help the team win, and I'll do anything I can.
Cole wasn't the first former D2 pitcher to excel at WVU. In 2024, Derek Clark earned all Big 12 first-team honors in his lone season as a Mountaineer. Whether it's Paul Schoenfeld quietly leading the team or Cole dominating on the mound, WVU continues to take advantage of the transfer portal era. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Logan Powell.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, the West Virginia Beef Expo isn't just about buying and selling, Corey.
It's the story of how the event provides a hands-on learning environment for hundreds of kids next.
Jackson's Mill is home to a whole new style of education. I'm Andrew Hartlove, and after the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll show you how big guys like this are just a small part of the learning opportunities.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets,
let's go!
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. The West Virginia Beef Expo is a major part of the state's agricultural community, bringing together industry leaders and young competitors.
Our adventure reporter Andrew Hartlove joins us from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center with the story on how this event is helping to shape the next generation. Andrew.
Thanks, Corey, Bryce. The Beef Expo has been a tradition in the Mountain State since the early 90s. It's only missed 1 year since due to the pandemic. While the event, held at Jackson's Mill, provides a platform for farmers from all over the region to show off their hard work and technology, it also helps build skills and confidence in future agricultural leaders. Located in north central West Virginia, Jackson's Mill is a 525-acre 4-H conference center and historic site owned and operated by WVU. For over 100 years, WVU has grown and supported the next generation of agricultural research through youth camps and other learning opportunities provided by the university.
For many people, Jackson's Mill is what the entire, it sums up the entire experience. And to be able to come back here year after year and see the mill grow and change, but some of the things remain the same, it's a feeling of coming home, and it's a feeling of hope.
While the education of youth is a primary goal for Jackson's Mill, there is one aspect of the property that sets itself apart from every other 4-H site in the state. Jackson's Mill has had more than 2 centuries worth of history. From being a frontier homestead for Colonel Edward Jackson in 1801 to hosting WVU football spring camps in 1921. And now it's the host of the largest beef expo in the state of West Virginia, where more than 200 cows are shown and sold every year.
The West Virginia Cattlemen's Association organizes Jackson's Mill's largest event of the year. A 3-day expo featuring education, cattle shows, and auctions. Professor Scott Baldrich is a livestock specialist at West Virginia University, working directly with farmers and producers to improve how livestock are raised, managed, and sold through events like the expo.
The beef industry in general is kind of booming right now. We have high prices. You guys have been to the supermarket and seen the prices yourselves that are going on there. Those have finally gotten down to producers, which are making the industry a little bit more profitable.
As beef prices continue to rise, demand for cattle remains strong, bringing more producers and buyers to events like the West Virginia Beef Expo every year.
Since 2021, beef prices have risen nearly 50%. And now sit around $7 per pound. Events like the West Virginia Beef Expo give local farmers access to quality cattle, helping them grow their herds and stay competitive in a rising market. Corey, Bryce, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
Thanks, Andrew. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, an Emmy-award-winning sports magazine show where we dive into the inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Bryce Cohen.
And I'm Corey Moore. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. You can also stream our shows on HD Media's websites and watch our broadcasts on Sundays at 6:30 p.m. on West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Thank you for joining us all semester long, right here on Mountaineer Playbook.